Welcome to the live stream of consciousness. The live stream of consciousness is on a quest to unravel the mysteries of existence. Every episode, we ask the fundamental question, what is consciousness? Is consciousness merely a product of our brains, or does it connect us to something greater? Explore the very fabric of our thoughts. Don't miss a moment. Expand your awareness and tap into the boundless potential that resides within you. Welcome to the live stream of consciousness.
Yes, welcome to the live stream of consciousness. I just realized as I was listening to Jesse, and I listen every week, and I guess I never realized this, but he's setting up some pretty high expectations. I mean, I'm supposed to unravel the mysteries of existence in an hour on a live stream. Well, I'm happy to try. I'm happy that you guys are here. I'm happy that you're in this place. What is this place? It's the live stream of consciousness. I see Ninja Kitty out there. I see Grace Grella out there. I see the Quiet Healer out there. I see Helen Wagner out there. My people, I'm so excited. I am unintentionally, well, not unintentionally, but unexpectedly, I guess, just as a byproduct of this, creating a community, and I'm really happy about that. So welcome everybody who is a part of the community. If you're here, you are a part of the community. If you know what this is about, it's just about love and connectedness and consciousness. And it's one of my favorite places to be. Every Thursday I'm here. I just had an amazing show with Grace Grella, who is here. Also, I think she mentioned, as always, watching on both platforms. What a super supportive fan. If you guys could share this, that would be cool. Share it. It's pretty easy. All you got to do is click share on whatever platform you're watching. That would help me. So I'm not asking much, but I think I'm going to start asking a little bit of you guys to help grow this community. And if you are here for the first time, say hello in the chat. I have this cool bell that I ring. If you subscribe, if you're a new subscriber, I ring the bell. I don't ask you to ring the bell. Helen Wagner is saying hello, hello, hello. Helen has created a beautiful rose with her resin. I don't have it ready to show. Maybe I will get it ready while I'm talking to my guest, which hopefully will show up. I have a guest scheduled for tonight. I just sent him the link again to remind him that it's the show and that he should sign on. It's time, but he's not here yet. But I'm remaining positive. I'm still thinking positive. Why? Because the guest's show is the Positive Pineapple. I met him through a StreamYard collab app. So let me see if I could share that. Do I? Oh my goodness, I closed all the other windows. No, I got to do a Chrome tab. I got to do the Positive Pineapple. No, I got to do collab. So collab is this app that is from StreamYard. You know what? I'm gonna do this so I can actually click on it. So it's this app from StreamYard. Everyone has a profile. I can see some of his videos or their videos. This is Anthony Golden Sunshine, who is supposed to be here. I'm still remaining positive that he will be here. And then I could look at his profile. This is about inspiring individuals to broaden their perspectives and connect with others by sharing diverse experiences and ideas. Sounded like somebody who was perfect for the show. So I invited him on the show. He was happy to say he was coming on the show. I hope he still is. I'm remaining happy. Excuse me. I have a little bit of a cough. I was coughing during Grace's show, but I was able to mute my microphone so that nobody could hear me cough. I think I can't really do that. Again, I guess I can when I'm speaking to somebody, but I'm here by myself. How is everybody doing? I haven't really had this situation in a while. Well, last week I did. Mick Thomas was supposed to be my guest, and he called me. He's like, I'm on my way home from Connecticut. I should be home soon. And maybe I'll be 15 minutes late. And I was like, okay, I'll go live. I'll just ramble for a bit and, you'll show up. And I rambled for 59 minutes and then realized that I had been rambling for an hour. I actually was sharing a lot of my work. I am a visual artist. I do video work. I do photography. So I have a few different photographic projects that I was sharing. I was sharing some of the videos that I made. Thank you, Helen. I hope you feel better soon. And Helen said she shared it. Thank you for mentioning the rose. Helen, I'm going to actually go to Facebook and bring up the rose so I can share it, because my guest is not here right now. So while I'm talking, I'm going to just produce and star in the show at the same time. I'm going to Helen's Facebook page here, and I see myself on the Facebook page. Let me share this. I see myself on the Facebook page, as Helen said she shared the broadcast. And then, of course, I see the beautiful rose that we were talking about. So Helen is a resin artist. She has her own webpage, and she sells this stuff. And this is what she made. This is what she posted today. The rose was something I made yesterday, but I got to add the gold today. She makes beautiful, beautiful resin work. That was something she posted yesterday. I was just going to see if there was more. Oh, yeah, there's some more work. This is something that I now own. This is a beautiful heart that she made. I thought it was amazing. The colors are amazing in person. When you hold this thing up to the light, it is beautiful. I bought this one, and I bought this one for the Quiet Healer because she loves purple. It was cosmic, and it was very cool. So, Helen, thank you for being who you are and making these beautiful, beautiful things. And allowing me to now own them. We are not alone. We're here. That makes me feel so much better. And I know that. And actually that's why I'm still talking, right? And that's why I'm here with you. I love my ladies. Thank you all for being here. You're all so beautiful in your own ways. And that's what the live stream of consciousness is about, right? Everybody's own beauty and own contributions to the collective. And guess who's here? The other man in my life, Mr. Tim from Brazil. Thank you for showing up, making the show once again an international sensation. This show is an international sensation. If you didn't know, I broadcast across across the Pacific and the Atlantic and down to South America, and all good. Helen, you are so welcome. And if you weren't here last week, I did realize that I am one of the only podcasts that I've ever seen do this. But if you don't like what you're seeing, write me and I will give you your money back. I have a 100% money back guarantee that you will love this show. And I think I'm the only show that does that. So thank God I did that last week, because I had something to talk about now while I'm still waiting for Anthony from the Positive Pineapple. If he doesn't show up, I would be really surprised. I would kind of feel like this, because the Positive Pineapple is all about the same message I'm about. You would think that this would be pretty important, but I gotta say, I know how life is. As a matter of fact, I was caught up late at work today. I was at work all day and I was running late, but I figured I was going to get home just in time for 7:00 for Grace's show, and I literally got home just in time for Grace's show. I was like, oh my God. She texted me as I was like pulling in the driveway, and I was like, oh my God, I got to get on the air. I got to get all these programs together, because I produce her show and she does a call-in show. So it's a little bit different, although I could probably open up the phone lines here if someone wants to call in, but I know all you guys, and I don't really I'm not a psychic medium. I do see everybody turning around and hugging each other in the chat room and saying hello. Thank you. I love that. I love that about my chat room, is that people say hello to everybody, and I guess virtually hug each other. I love you too, Janice, the quiet healer. Oh, you know what? I have a banner left from. It's not in this. It's not in this set of banners. I have the positivepineapple.org all set up. But in Grace's show, I have the Quiet Healer banner set up. I should create that here. I'm gonna create that here. It's just to tell you who Janice is and to send you to her spot, the Quiet Healer. And let's bring that up. The Quiet Healer. That's Janice. She is a Reiki master. So if you're looking to experience Reiki, she's amazing at it. As a matter of fact, well, that's a long story, but we're now together for 4 years. She did Reiki on me, and it was amazing. She could do Reiki on you too, but now she's taken. So, just enjoy the Reiki. Um, but she's also a Reiki master teacher, so she can teach you Reiki as well if you're interested. And I know Grace on her show always recommends her to people. Grace is an amazing psychic medium and healer, and I think gets messages to direct people to help them, get in touch with their higher selves. Helps them meet their higher selves. Grace is she's like a matchmaker. Hey, self, I want you to meet higher self. And she introduces people to their higher selves. Tim is saying, we are deep and packing, getting everything ready for our trip to America, down to 10 days now. Awesome. How do you say phenomenal in Portuguese? Because that's what I want to say. And exciting. Phenomenal and exciting. Teach me 2 new Portuguese words, please, Tim. I would love to learn that. And let me pull down that banner. And so I don't know where Anthony is. I'm going to go to that StreamYard page where we talk. It's that StreamYard page, and I'm going to see if he's there. It's not usually a live conversation. It's usually kind of like a message situation. However, I don't know if he received the thing, but I'm going to say, hey, bud, I am live. Hey, bud, I am live. See, I'm doing this as the on-screen personality and the producer at the same time. That's how ambidextrous I am. That's not the right word, but hey, man, I am live. Just wanted to make sure that was spelled correctly before I sent it. So does anyone know any jokes? I don't know what else to say right now. Quiet Healer says, awesome, Tim. She cannot wait to meet you. And Ninja Kitty is playing beanbag toss with her boys while listening. Grace, I don't know what you're doing. If you want to, come on and just chill out with me for a little while, but if so, I can send you a link. Or if Janice, if the Quiet Healer wants to come on and talk to me, or if Helen wants to come on and talk to me, if anyone wants to come on, let me know. I'll send you a message with a link. I will invite you to the studio. Maybe we could have a group discussion. I was talking about doing this. With Janice and this guy Jesse. I'm putting a link to join me live in the chat. So all you got to do is copy and paste that link and join me live. We're going to do an experiment. It's 9/14. It's February 29th. I forgot to mention it is Leap Day, and I celebrated part of my Leap Day with Grace Grella, and now you guys are celebrating part of your Leap Day with me. So that is effing cool, especially this year, as I have. Isn't it interesting that this year I said I'm going to slow down time, and each week I was like, oh my God, it's only been a week, and I've enjoyed. It's only February. It's February 29th. So February, which is usually the shortest month in the year, the 1st of February was a Thursday. and the 29th of February is a Thursday. So in February, I had 5 shows. So how awesome is that? Every week I've been saying, "Oh yeah, I'm slowing down time. I'm doing this." And literally it's the 29th of February. I, I don't even know what to say. All we need is you, Michael. All you need is love. Bum, ba-na-na-na. That's what I'm thinking. Grace, I'm like you sometimes, especially when I talk to you. I get music in my head. I think songs. Helen is saying it's her youngest son's birthday today. Happy birthday to your youngest son. What's your youngest son's name? If you don't mind, we'll give him a shout out here on the live stream of consciousness. Birthday shout outs, spontaneous birthday shout outs. We could do that. You know, our guest didn't show up, so we can do whatever we want. If anybody out there, doesn't have to be Tim, doesn't have to be Janice, it doesn't have to be Grace. If you're out there and you're just quiet and you haven't chatted, well, you probably wouldn't be brave enough to copy and paste that link and just show up. But step up. Anybody's welcome. I'm having a community discussion tonight. Ninja Kitty, you're welcome to copy and paste that link and come join me. Helen, I understand. Sorry, not tonight. Helen, you're excused. It's cool. Actually, Janice and I have a guest coming up. Let me take a look at my calendar for a second here. Next week is Felicity Feline, and Jesse Howe is the 14th. The 21st of March, I have a guest. His name is Stuart. He's got a social media called Peace Tribe. Tim says he might be able to pop on in a minute. He's taking care of Taryn. No problem, dude. Take your time. I would love to see your face. Have a little live stream of consciousness with you. All good. If you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. That's what's so beautiful about the live stream of consciousness. I do see somebody stepped up to the plate and has met my challenge, and of course it is the quiet healer, Janice. I'm super excited. Janice, welcome to the live stream. What's up, babe? How you doing? Oh, I can't hear you.
Then I have to stop something.
I heard you there.
There we go.
What's happening?
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Cool. I'm glad you decided to pop on. I did it. I opened up the stage, right? We were talking about how cool that is, that you could just be live online. Someone's at home watching you and they're like, "Oh, I'll come on." So let me just finish telling the story. That this guy Stuart, who's got a social media peace tribe, he is really into peace, like world peace, like and just people getting along and dropping all races and borders and all of that stuff. And he's got some connections with American Indians, and so he's got this symbol of the broken arrow, and it stands for peace. And he has a live stream, and he goes live, and he's like, "Hey, if you want to come on live, just click that join video button, and you can come on live and tell me how you're fighting for peace, or what you're doing for peace." And one night I saw it and I was just like, I'll come on. The live stream of consciousness is about peace. The unique peace is about peace. Oh, I gotta point the other way. And I figured that it was cool, and I would talk to him. And what was cool is not a lot of people are brave enough to do it. You'd be surprised. People are watching, but not a lot of people will press that button. And I joined him live, and he's an amazing guy. We talked for a bunch of minutes, and he let me say who I was, and he was just awesome to talk to. I mean, didn't you find him amazing to talk to?
Yes, absolutely. He is really energetic and very passionate.
Yes, exactly. You could feel his energy, you could feel his passion. That was exactly it. He's just that kind of person. And then when we were done, he's like, "Hey, I got a shop online. Go ahead and pick anything from the shop. I got these cool bomber jackets." And I was like, "Oh, that sounds cool." And I went and I looked, and the bomber jackets were like $80, $90. And And I was like, I messaged him, I'm like, you sure that's cool? And he's like, yeah, because he had hats and shirts too, and I figured he thought I'd pick like a hat or something. But he's super generous. He loves getting his merchandise out there. He sent it to me immediately. I don't have it right here, but he sent me this amazing jacket, and it's really cool. And then a couple of nights later, or couple weeks later, I guess maybe it was, Janice saw him pop up on her feed because she started following it and asking to have him on the show, and she jumped on, and it was just so amazing to it's such a similar thing to what we're doing right now, right? And to what the live stream of consciousness is in general, right? Just connecting people, having these conversations. It's just really cool. So thank you, Grace, saying the dynamic too. I appreciate that. Ninja Kitty is saying I would love to. She's got her kids and blah blah blah, which is all good. No pressure. It was just an invitation. You know, you don't always have to take an invitation. It's just put out there for you. And Hat Powser, what up, MZ? I gotta tell you, Hat, I figured out your mystery. It was really funny. I saw, all of a sudden I saw this Pat Hauser commenting on my stuff, and I'm like, Pat Hauser, who's that? I don't know who that is. And actually, I got to give credit where credit is due. Janice, no, I got to point the other way. Janice, Janice is the one who figured it out. She's like, yeah, Pat Hauser, that's Hat Powser. And I was like, oh my God, I couldn't figure it out. I didn't figure it out until she said that. And then when she said that, I was like, oh my God. And if we're wrong, tell us, but I think that's brilliant. I am a super, Janice knows how much I love play on words, and that is just ultimate. That's very, very cool. So thank you for being a fan of the show and sharing the show and mentioning the show. I love that. I you're a part of the validation that this has become a community, because we don't know each other in real life, or I don't think we do. Maybe we've met in an event or something, or but anyway, you joined me live. What's going on? What do you got to talk about? Want to talk about peace?
Yeah, I was thinking about this week. I don't have anybody lined up for Sunday. I've got
Uh-huh.
Karen on Tuesday.
Karen
So
Garvey. And I know how excited you are about that.
yes, and yeah, I'm very excited about that. And then I'm super excited for Franz because
You got some good guests coming up.
Viking
I'm super
royalty.
excited about that. So, if anybody here is watching, doesn't know, I think most of you guys know, but you never know who's watching. You never know who's going to come across the show. Janice is my girlfriend, and it's my partner. More than my girlfriend. Girlfriend doesn't even sound right, but we're partners, and we have very similar vibrations happening, and I think what's really cool is she is a little bit of an introvert, right? That's why she's called the quiet healer, and wasn't really comfortable at one point with public speaking, or just even speaking to people in general. And she was watching the show, and she saw that energy of the show. I think, how people are connecting, and you just have a conversation, and it's super easy to do, and it's super powerful too. It's like, people who come on the show, they're like, oh my God, that was so much fun. And I'm like, what do you mean? We just had a conversation. What, you never did that before? I'm like, it's not, but people, it's tough these days. And so using this platform to make these connections and do this is awesome. And Janice saw that, and she decided to create her own show called Unique Peace, where she would talk to people about peace. And that's amazing. Are you, who just did that? Did I do that?
I did that.
Oh,
I
I'm like, oh, you know what? You're sharing to your platform. Awesome. Thank you, babe. I just saw it come up under my name. I'm like, I didn't do that. That was weird. But thank you, Grace. Um, and I don't know, did I put that up? I meant to put that up. Janice is not just a beautiful face, right? So Janice has Unique Peace, which is her own show that she does on Sunday mornings, and she talks about what brings people peace. And she came up with this amazing question. Each week she asks people what's in their toolbox. How do they I'm not letting you talk. You're just nodding. I should be letting you talk about your show. You want to talk about your show? I know you're excited about Karen Garvey, so I was going to talk about that, but why don't you talk about it?
Well, Karen is somebody I wanted to reach out to for a while, even before I did the show, before I even started the show. But I was very glad that she was very receptive to being on. So that's very exciting to have her on. But again, being true to Sundays, I'm contemplating rerunning something or doing pre-recording a meditation and having that run,
Mhm.
or the psychology of color keeps coming back into play.
Mm.
Um, so that's probably what the topic will be, since I don't have anybody lined up. Unless somebody wants to magically join me on Sunday, let me know.
Mhm.
Um, but the
Open
psychology of
call for
color.
unique piece on Sunday right there. That's
So
cool. You know what? Interesting that you're saying that, because I was thinking about having Raven back on the show, and I was thinking about having a few people, come back, right? Asking a few people to come back. So Raven had kind of specifically asked if she could talk about karma, like as a topic. And I was like, wow, I don't usually do it. My topic is usually just consciousness, but if they're a return guest, why not have a topic, and let it be a topic of their choice, and just say, hey, you're returning, what do you want to talk about? Pick a topic, you know what I mean? So look for that. I'm going to reschedule Raven for that. But yeah, so I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Karen is amazing. I know, I mean, I know I introduced you to who she was, but then you kind of got her vibe, and so you were excited. So sorry, go ahead and continue.
no, it just said that I'm reserving that, not so much reserving that excitement to Karen, but I want to promoting it. It is next Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Mhm.
and it'll be an interesting conversation because I don't really know her personally. So it's interesting when
I
I
can't wait.
don't know them personally or haven't built the rapport. And I've had a few guests where I don't know them personally, and it's interesting to see the different takes. Like I recently had Lindsay. Her name is Lindsay, and she's in Michigan, and she is an amazing human being. And she's a Reiki master. She does sound. She does so many things, as well
Mhm.
as have a program. And it's like, and I have my own program that I'm going to be launching again in April. So
Mhm.
it's interesting that the universe will bring people to me, um, into our spheres and into our vortex, not just when the time is right, but when the topics and energies match. It's like, okay,
Right, right,
keeps on coming back, keeps on coming back, and
right.
when it keeps on coming back, it's time to pay attention.
Yeah, and it feels like a lot of that is happening right now. A lot of cool things are starting to, like, opportunities are starting to present themselves in very kind of vaporous ways, right? And then they start to materialize. You start to see them taking shape. And yeah, I'm feeling some good energies, definitely for me. I think um work was rough for a little while, and I think that even that is, that's actually becoming challenging, but in a good way. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm meeting challenges not to just get by, but challenges to grow, you
Yeah,
know so I'm excited about that. um
right.
and yeah, I know I know you're right there with me. I think I know you pretty well, and I think it's just good to see really good things happening for you. And what's even better is I get to see it from behind the scenes, and I know that a lot of those things come from intentional energy, that you're creating these intentions, and you're actually, you're not just like, oh, I know good things will happen. You're actually putting your intention and energy into it, and I guess that's something that I've been thinking a lot about talking about, because I don't really, those are the things that I don't come on here, and we've talked about this, so I know, I guess I'm just rambling into it because you're sitting right next to me, kind of virtually. But I don't come on here. The live stream of consciousness is not like a healer show. You know, I don't come on here as a healer, but it is a healing show. It is a show
Yes.
to connect people with. It is a show to broadcast a very specific energy, and my energy, you know, and I think my energy as a knowing representative of consciousness itself, right? It's I want to put that out, and I want to connect to the stream, and I want, you know, people to all connect. And I think, again, you know, you guys out there listening to me understand what I'm saying. Even though I'm babbling, it kind of makes sense, right? It's you know, it feels good to say that stuff and to feel that stuff, because it's just like the nature of the truth. um and you know, I guess unknowingly I've stepped into this mission, and it's interesting that, you know, I go live and my guest doesn't show up, and I put out a call, and here you are right next to me. It's interesting.
Well, as we know, intention without action is just a dream waiting to happen.
Hmm. Hmm. Yes, but but dreams are good. You have to add action into those dreams to make them happen. And you know, it's kind of cool to feel that. And it's also, you know, that's, I guess, intention, energy, accountability. You know, those are the things that I want to talk about here more. And then also gratitude. I think I do talk a lot about gratitude, but gratitude is a big thing. It's almost like, I feel like there's this recipe, right, for a successful journey, right, through the three-dimensional world, right, from when you're born till when you die. And I think you learn these things, you learn these ingredients along the way, right, like different foods that you've tasted and acquired a taste for. And I think gratitude is one. You know, intention, you know, awareness and intention, understanding how that all works, is another one. Humility is one. Love is a big one, right? And understanding love from a um, giving perspective and a receiving perspective, right? Understanding how to give love and understanding how to receive love, because that can be a challenge for some people, you know.
Yes. Dreaming is so much. Yes, it may be easier and faster, but it doesn't accomplish anything without the action, Helen.
Dreaming
So
is so much. Oh, I didn't realize that you were responding to Helen. Dreaming is so much easier and faster. Dreaming is easier and faster, but dreaming is really just what it looks like, you know, right? And oh, Grace, you're so sweet. You are his dream come true. Absolutely. Oh my goodness, I have such a cough in my chest.
mm,
So I hope I'm not boring you guys out there. I know I usually have a guest to help me entertain you, but my beautiful partner Janice has come on. So, you know, we're here to chat, and again, there's an open invitation. Let's have a round table. Let's have a triangular table, even if one person comes in, you know. I would love to broaden this conversation to, you know, what everybody thinks about what are your ingredients. Ooh, what are your ingredients? I like that, Janice. That's my version of your question. What are your ingredients in the soup of consciousness
okay,
to
you're gonna
be
have to write that down, babe.
what are your ingredients in the soup? It's being recorded right now. It's on this episode live. It's now officially
So we can go
in.
to the tape.
It is in the live stream of consciousness. I just thought it and I created it, and the soup of consciousness. What, you know, what are you contributing to the soup of consciousness? Are you making it tastier, or are you making it more bitter? Oh man, I'm like on fire tonight, thinking of all sorts of taglines for the live stream of consciousness. So I have been on a kick um lately. I think it probably started with this, what we're seeing, this rebranding of the live stream of consciousness, of just going nuts with AI and using it in so many parts of my life. It's just become like this tool that is free. I mean, I think, you know, it depends. That's a topic of debate. Some people might think, you know, AI is going to take our souls, um, but But I don't seem to think that. I think it's a tool to make our lives easier, and I think it's also it is an absolute sign that things are different. You know what I mean? Like it's a different world, and I have been saying this, like things aren't changing; things have already changed. I think
They've
that
been changed for a
we're
while.
just catching up, right? I mean, we're just catching up. Like this is so cool, right? We're on a live stream, having a live stream of consciousness, but this is like 10-year-old technology right here. This is like basics, right? And there's so much going on right now in technology and AI, and I think, I guess I've chosen to embrace it and just use it as a tool in my toolbox. So I see the studio audience is getting quiet. I'm probably rambling so much it's ridiculous, but I'm just doing it because my guest isn't here. I'm trying to have a good time with Janice and entertain you guys at the same time. What's up with
Okay.
you guys?
You flip the switch a little bit and ask you your own questions.
Oh yeah.
So, how do you define consciousness?
I like when people flip the switch on me and ask me that question. Consciousness is being, it's not just awareness. I think that it's being in touch with that awareness, understanding what that awareness means, understanding that that awareness is kind of like a bridge between a different part of yourself and your physical self. I think that's the way I perceive existence, right? So I perceive existence is this three-dimensional thing I can touch and be, and then I perceive that there's a part of me that exists in this other realm, um, uh, uh, and I believe that it's an infinite part of me. So it's the infinite realm, right, that it exists in, and so I think it's just understanding that both of those things exist, and then navigating them the best you can. Because at this point I can only navigate the 3D the best I can, and I can't really, the 5D that I experience is all really kind of in here, right? I haven't been able to, well, you know what, as I'm talking I'm realizing that's mostly true, but I have had some incredible experiences we've talked about. I just want to acknowledge consciousness is the substance from which the universe is made. Absolutely, that's part of that definition, that growing definition, the ever-growing definition of consciousness. And now, just to make the show more interesting and international, I am welcoming to the
For
stage
as long as you
Karen Dottie, Tim Lawrence. Welcome to the show, my friend. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Hola, everybody. Got a
Uh-oh.
visitor here too.
Sorry, what's up?
can. God, he's so big
Oh
now.
my God, look
Yeah,
at that
he's
cute face.
huge.
Oh my
My
God, he's
goodness.
so cute. What's up, buddy? Hi.
Say hi. Say hi, Uncle Michael. Say hi.
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 What's up, buddy?
Not gonna say hi?
Hola.
Say what?
No.
People are kissing. What's up, Nathan's?
Oh my God, yay. Mwah. Thank you, buddy. Good to see you. So cool. What's going on, Tim? How are you doing?
Doing well. Just going a little crazy here, getting stuff ready to get back to the States.
That's a good crazy, I think, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Sonia's over the moon. She's all emotions. She's excited, but she's scared, and she's a little bit sad. She's never been on a plane, so there's that.
Wow.
It's
Oh my God. Such an adventure. That's an amazing thing to hear. I got to say, like, I totally get it. I'd be scared and I'd be sad, but it would be a good scared and a good sad. It's like, on the other side of that sad and scared is something amazing, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she's, because we're taking 2 planes. So we're taking one from here in Brazil to Florida, and then we'll take them from Florida to Jersey, and then we got a 2-hour car ride to Pennsylvania. So it's going to be a bit of a travel.
Wow.
So she goes from never being on a plane to the first one's like, I think it's around 11 hours, and then the second one's 3. So
Wow.
Taryn's been on, well, he was there obviously, so he's been on 4. So he's an old hat by now. So I think he'll be good. He's normally pretty calm.
That's awesome. That's really
I was
awesome.
hoping I could get Sonia to say hi, but she's doing stuff. I don't know if she'll come on. But maybe she will.
Awesome. No problem. No problem. How's she doing with her English? Is she learning English?
She's doing okay. She really didn't have a lot of time at with everything that was going on. She was still working up until 2 days ago. So she finally left the job, and then with packing, and she's just worried about everything. And it's kind of hard to get her to understand, like with the plane, she wants to pack things a certain way, and I'm trying to tell her they have like laws and rules about what you can put there, and she wants to do it her way, and I'm like, well, I would love to do it that way, but you won't get on a plane by doing that. So
Wow.
she's doing okay. She knows some, but she's really ready to crack down once she gets to the States. Now Taryn, he knows a lot of English and Portuguese, so he can. Pretty interesting. I'm amazed at how much he's picking up on, because there's stuff that
hey man, that's what, now is the time to develop that brain, you know what I mean? Absolutely.
That sponge
amazing.
age.
Yeah, that's freaking amazing. Grace is wishing you safe travels.
Thank you. Okay.
Yes, we all wish you safe travels. I can't wait till you hear, my friend. I'm so excited for you. And as far as Sonia goes, I'm sure she's going to learn English quick. She's going to need to, but
yeah.
she'll be in a much better place to do it, because that's what everyone will be speaking. She'll have plenty of time to practice. So what's going on? Well, other than that, that's a lot. So I guess that's been occupying.
Yeah, it's been, well, the main thing was, like, I had not much free time because of getting everything ready when we went to the consulate to get her approved, because the paperwork was insane. And then, like, see, they have 5 different birth certificates here in Brazil, right? Yeah. And the thing that drove me crazy was, when I was in America, I started the process for her green card. And I sent in a translated birth certificate that was the one I thought they wanted, and they approved it when we were there. So I thought we were good. So then we came here, me and Taryn, and we got the process started on this end. And when we were turning everything in, they kept saying that I was sending in a non-valid birth certificate. And I kept saying, okay, well, which one do you want? And they don't respond to that. They just tell you send in the appropriate one, but they don't tell you which one it is. Then I was looking online, and they don't have good information that tells you. So we had to go through basically each one until finally on the last one, after I finally figured out which one, then they sent me an email 2 days later telling me the name of the exact one they wanted. But it was just so frustrating, because everything was like that. Every time we thought we had something done, we had to get a different one. And it took so long that we had her federal background check and her state background check for Brazil all done, but they're only good for 90 days, so they ran out, so we had to do them again, and plus we had to get them translated from Portuguese into English, so it was just a nightmare.
That sounds like a little bit of a nightmare, but you know what, all worth it. Again, I think your whole story, for anyone who doesn't know, is super victorious, and this is kind of like coming back to America with the beautiful woman and the child, and ready to live a good happy life as a family. It's awesome. Super happy that you are where you're at, and that you're a part of this community, man. You're one of the original members of this community. You've been here since day one.
Yeah, absolutely. I've enjoyed every minute of it. I mean, there's lots of stuff that I learn every week, so it's like, stuff that I never really had my mind open to before. So every week it's like something I'm like, that's cool, I never thought of that. So
that's
a lot
awesome
of fun
to hear. That's awesome to hear. I don't really, I know that is part of why I do this, so that people will get out of it what they do, but to hear that you get something like that out of it really makes me feel good. Thank you. Appreciate it.
And it's good too, because then when I share it with other people, you're actually spreading it through me to other people. So it's like you're touching other lives that way too. So, opening minds and opening consciousness to everybody. So
amazing. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, you see how cool this is? It's the live stream of consciousness. I don't know if you saw it. I know Janice saw it. I know Helen saw it. It is a little bit embarrassing, but it was a lot of fun. Jesse Howe, who does the Missing Link podcast, was doing this kind of thing where he opened up a forum to a community chat, but he actually started, I should have probably started this way. He started with it was like a dance party. So like he had the lights off, he had this club music going, and he was dancing, and he's like, hey, anyone want to come join? And then another guy joined, and it was two of them dancing, and it was like creating this energy to just join. And eventually I think there were 3 people there, and then I joined. I had my light sticks with me. I was like dancing with my light sticks.
I saw a clip of that.
And it was just a lot of fun. And then we all sat down and we all talked, and it was interesting. I think it was a good microcosm of life, because there were some people there who were really dominating the conversation with very strong opinions and a lot of passion. And it was admirable to a point, you know what I mean? But it was like, wow, I have some energy too. And it was interesting to feel like not wanting to necessarily put my energy there, you know what I mean? And invest in that kind of interaction. I was able to, just say some things that I thought would add some wisdom into the pool that was going on of energy, just like, hey, isn't it possible that we all have our own perception of things? And everybody was like, even as strong as they were with their perception, was like, yeah, so it was cool to kind of put that out there and get everyone just a little jolt of neutrality. I think that's what I've been told, that I have a good way of being neutral.
Absolutely.
And it's cool because somebody was telling it. Go ahead.
I was going to say, and that's good too. No matter what your ideas are, it's not good to be closed-minded, because when you're open-minded and you test your ideas and test your beliefs, that's when you know if they're valid. If you're so closed-minded that you don't think you can hear the other side at all, then you mustn't have much belief in your beliefs. You mustn't have much faith in them. Because if they're that easily swayed away, were you really strong with them to begin with? No, I think not. So, you got to challenge everything.
That's a good way to look at it. I never thought about that, but that is absolutely true. And it's funny because I got yelled at. Somebody was like, "Oh yeah, I love your show, but I don't think I can forgive you for having Flat Earth Dave on your show." And I was like, that was one of my favorite episodes, right? Because he was interesting to talk to. I wanted to find common ground with him. I didn't want to be like, you're an idiot, the world isn't flat. And I wanted to express to him that I understood the idea of believing that we may not know exactly what's real, right?
Exactly.
And that's all. And so it was easy to find common ground and get him to say, I believe there is a soul, like he believed in a lot of the things I believe in, and it was cool to have that conversation.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something interesting about that there's a connection that was made from that. See, I kind of was looking into that a little bit before, and I knew who he was before, and I've commented on some of the stuff before, but afterwards I was watching some more, and another flat earther named Flatzoid, well, he reached out to me from my comments and stuff, and because I would comment sometimes in Portuguese just for the fun of it. And he reached out to me, and he wants me to actually help do some of his videos, and where they're in Portuguese, so he can reach a wider audience. Now, I'm not necessarily a flat earther. I mean, I appreciate some of their ideas, and I appreciate what they're doing to challenge opening your mind and stuff. But I mean, I think some of it is strange. But I think, well, he has a right to put it out there, and if people want to look into it and buy it, what he's saying, and think it has validity, well, that's great for them. Who am I to say? So, but he reached out to me to help him produce videos. So I thought it was neat though, because really the only reason I started going on there a little bit more was after he was on the show, and I, through you, got to know him a little bit better, what awesome. He was like, and so then I thought, oh, he seems to be a good guy. So I thought it was interesting because I had a couple other ones reach out to me. And I don't want to get sucked totally into the whole flat Earth thing, because like I said, that's not really my belief. But it was interesting that he asked me if I would help him do some there, and so I'll be doing. That's one thing I'll be doing when I get back to the States, because I don't
That's
have time to
awesome.
do it.
That's awesome. So you got some work out of the deal. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's phenomenal. I love that. And yeah, listen, that's the whole point. Like, we're all different, but it's okay to be different. Like, we're supposed to be different.
Exactly. If we were all the same, the world would be so boring.
Totally. It totally would. It totally would. Janice, you look like you're falling asleep. Are you all right over there?
No, I'm not feeling
I can't tell both of you how much I appreciate you being brave and coming on here. It's not easy, being like, oh my God, wait, go live. I'm gonna be live on Facebook, on YouTube. The public is gonna see me. You know what? I was that way for a long time. Like, Jesse really helped me become partially like what you see here. I mean, I'm me, right? But he allowed me to take myself and put myself on this platform, because I don't think I was comfortable doing that before. But it's so amazing to be able to connect to people and to be heard and to hear people. I'm loving this. It's just so cool. And both of you, I love that both of you are like, yeah, it is great to hear people, and it is great to be heard, because that's what this community is. This community is a place where you can hear people and you can be heard, and it doesn't matter what you say. I mean, I say some stuff on this show that I might not say, at McDonald's, or like, in a crowd of like, people who aren't into this stuff. So, I mean, I appreciate having a community to talk to every week. I think that's why I'm here. It's almost like a support group, that you go to. So very cool. What's Taryn doing over there? I want to see it. I want to see that face again.
Taryn, say hi to Mike. Say hi. Say hi. He's
uninterested. He's like, yeah.
He's watching my tablet is what he's doing, because that's why I'm on my phone, on my tablet. Because he's got that. Okay.
It's all good. He's so cute, dude. He's just a chip off the old block. It's just so great to see him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's so smart too. It's amazing. I'll have to show you when I get there how smart he is.
I can't wait.
Yeah, because I got him one of those puzzle ones where you put the shapes and colors in, and it's a friend that bought it, and I wasn't really teaching him as good as I should have, because I was so involved in other things. And just today we had some friends over, and he was sitting there and he was grabbing them, and he gets them in the first thing on the first try. He's got there's 30 different shapes. Puts them right in. He gets the colors right, because right now he's confused a little bit, because he says half his colors in Portuguese and half his colors in English. So it's interesting. But he's just so smart. He amazes me every day. I'm amazed. I guess But to get back to one thing, I'll go ahead.
I just have a funny story. Jeffrey was in martial arts at one point, and he had a say in his mother spoke one language, his father spoke another language, and his mother-in-law spoke a foreign language. And his daughter didn't talk for like a year and a half. Like, when they were starting to form words, she didn't talk. And they knew she could hear, so they were trying to figure out what it is. The first sentence she said, each word was in a foreign language, and it was correct.
Oh, wow.
She picked one word from each language and made a correct sentence, and that's made me, when you said he says half of his words, half of his colors in English and half in Portuguese. It's like, that's right now how his brain is formulating everything. That's awesome.
Yeah, because he also has that baby language going too. Because when I take him to the park there, he's not speaking English or anything. He's speaking with the other kids, and they know what they're talking about, but they ain't speaking either one. So I don't know if there's a third language there.
You know what? He's growing up in an amazing time. It's going to be amazing to see.
Yeah, especially with technology. I mean, he does stuff. He's only not even 2 years old yet, and stuff that he does when I'm not watching him on my tablet is amazing. I'm surprised he knows how to get his shows on, how to get to the other one. He knows how to subscribe now. He subscribes to things he likes, and if I unsubscribe him, he resubscribes to him. I don't know how he knows that I'm doing it, because I did that on one. I don't really like the one show that he likes, because it's just not different for him. But he resubscribes every time.
That's hysterical.
It's
Oh
like,
my
wait,
God.
Dad.
It's like, I like this. What's wrong with it?
That's
But
so
yeah.
hysterical. Oh man. Well, listen, I want.
I was
Go ahead.
wanted to comment on one thing you had said earlier about
Yeah, yeah.
coming on and having being like nervous or afraid to come on. And mine was kind of the same. Is that with Jesse was the one who got me into it, like opening up with things. I mean, he's the reason I'm here down in Brazil with Sony. He's the one that helped all that come together. So, but as far as even with everything that I do, he helped open me up. But I also want to say that the reason why with me, like coming on, like the first time I was a little bit nervous, but I looked at it just as I'm not talking to anybody else, but I'm just talking to you, my friend. And if anybody else cares what I have to say, well, that's fantastic. I hope they like what I say. But if they don't, it doesn't matter to me.
It's a great
So
way to look
that's
at
the
it.
way I
Yeah.
look at it, because it's like, and I think everybody out there, have friends too, as my friends too. So I hope that they like what I'm saying. And if
Listen,
not,
we're all
that's how I think
human.
it's the best
Yeah,
way to get over it,
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. We're all human, and I think we all have stories we could relate to, and that's
Yeah.
kind of what I look for. That's why I start with consciousness. Helen says babies are born ready for the time they arrive in. Yeah, absolutely. It's a good time to be here. I think it's going to be an interesting. I mean, I can't imagine even in 5 years, what it's going to be like. And he's so young already. He's only 2.
Yeah.
Only going to be 7 in 5 years. And Ninja Kitty says, absolutely, Tim. Yeah, listen, I can't thank both you guys enough for coming on, being brave. I made it through the hour. I was pretty positive the positive pineapple would show, but he didn't. I'm kind of surprised. I gotta say, I'm kind of surprised, and I'm torn between showing his video and stuff. I had his video all queued up. I was going to show his video. He does breath work. He's an interesting guy. I think I will. I'll certainly give him another chance. I hope he reaches out and says something happened. And Grace says, fabulous improv show. Thank you. It was improv. It was last minute no show. And thank you to my wonderful guests. Let me put you both in the back. Let me sign off. Tim, I will talk to you soon. I can't wait till you here. Get in touch with me when you come back.
Absolutely, we will. Say bye.
Bye, buddy. Adios. Bye-bye.
Say boa noite. Boa noite.
Bye. Oh my God, that was so cute. How cute was that?
Adorable.
Oh my God, he's so adorable. Ninja Kitty's out there. She says another amazing show. Thank you, Ninja, for also being there since show 1. I imagine you were there since show 1 with Jesse. I'm signing off. This is the live stream of Conscious Janice. Thank you so much for coming on. I'm so happy you're becoming who you are becoming, and each day more and more beautiful to me. I love that. I couldn't ask for anything else in a relationship that my partner is more and more beautiful to me every day. So thank you. Thank you. I'm going to put you in the back. I'm going to say goodbye, and I will talk to you later. Bye, baby. I gotta exhale. I gotta dehail. I gotta exhale. And I gotta decompress. That's what I was thinking. Thank you, Ninja Kitty. Another amazing show. And yep, you are an original. Helen, not here since day 1, but here committedly all the time. I love you being here, Helen. Thank you for bringing your energy. Tim, thank you as well. I guess I'll see you next week. I made it through a show. Let me pop open my calendar here. I got an interesting week, a couple of weeks coming up. I've got Felicity Feline coming up. Felicity Feline, it was an adult star for a little while. She actually comes from Long Island. I met her here when a friend of mine was in a Miss Full Throttle contest. Full Throttle was like a biker magazine, and I had worked with the magazine a little bit, and so it was this contest. My friend was in it, and Felicity was one of the contestants. She won and then got disqualified because she had done some adult entertainment, but then went on to kind of become an advocate of hard to say. She'll be on the show. She's an advocate of standing up for what she did, but she says think about it before you do it. So she's kind of anti-porn now. or anti-adult entertainment industry, I think. And she got into a holistic lifestyle. So she's more doing yoga and hiking and doing some cool things. And she's also a drummer for like a heavy metal band. So a very interesting person. That's Felicity Feline. That's next week. The following week, I have Jesse Howell, who I was talking about. He has a podcast called The Missing Link. Mary Jean, I'm sorry you missed it too. Mary Jean is here. Thank you for showing up anyway. You can watch the replay. My guest didn't show, but I did have two wonderful guests on eventually. So you're gonna have to watch and see. The following week after Jesse Howe, I have Stuart on from Peace Tribe, who we were talking about earlier. So that's gonna be a great show. The week after that, I have Josh Battlestrong coming on, who was on probably about a year ago. It was not a great connection, so I'm happy to have him on again, so we can talk. He's a very, very interesting character who was homeless at one point and just picked himself up out of the gutter and is now doing well. He has his own t-shirt line and his own projects with the youth ministries and things like that. So awesome people coming up on the live stream, and you guys are awesome people. How awesome is that? Awesome people coming on the show, awesome people watching the show. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. I am going to play one of these old videos here as an outro. Let me play, I don't know which one of these to play. Let me play one of these old live stream outros. Peace.